Hi, Corey Kennedy here with Kennedy Electric. I want to go over very quickly the very basic wiring of a typical house. I know a lot of guys, a lot of do-it-yourselfer guys, they get a little bit confused with it, especially how it's coined, the name of it. This here is this is the most common wire you'll see right here. It's called 14-2. Now, what does 14-2 mean? 14 is the size of the wire, the thickness, the gauge of the wire. The thickness determines how much electricity or amperage can go through it. So 14 means the thickness. 14-2 means 2 conductors are inside of this cable. Now, people get thrown by this because when you look at it, you see 3 conductors. This one, this bare one, is the ground. They never refer to that. When they say 14-2, what they mean is 2 insulated conductors, which is this one with the insulation and this one with the insulation. 14-2 means simply these ones. The ground, they never count it. Likewise, this one here is called 14-3. And as you can see, you see 3 insulated conductors and the ground here. Again, it's not counted, so let's take that down. So you count 3 insulated, 1, 2, and 3. So this is called 14-3. And it always works like that. A lot of guys get confused. Now, the 14, again, like I said, refers to the thickness of the wire. This here is called 12-2. Again, the 2 because there's only 2 insulated conductors and the ground. But they call this 12-2 because 12 refers to the size, just as 14 refers to the size. Now, I don't know if you can tell on here, but it works inversely, numerically. 14 is a larger number than 12 in the real world, yes. But here, 14 is smaller in thickness than 12. So the lower the number, the thicker the copper wiring, meaning the more electricity that can flow through it. So 12-2, which is this one here, allows more amperage to flow through. Likewise, 2 conductor 10 is bigger and thicker than 2 conductor 12. 2 conductor 8 is thicker than 2 conductor 10. And so it goes, the lower the number, the thicker the wire. This is used a lot. This is of course, this is the cheapest as well. The less copper, the cheaper it's going to be. This is used primarily now as a lighting for the lighting circuits. So you'll pop it you might feed it to your switch, and from your switch up to your lights. To save money, you'll use this. And you'll use it on a lot of depending on the code, on living room plugs, bedroom plugs. A lot of times this will work. In different areas now, they're looking for this to be in the living room plugs and bedroom plugs. But it's more expensive, so you try not to use it if you don't have to. But this is used in dedicated circuits. A dedicated circuit means it doesn't bounce from plug to plug to plug to switch to light down. Dedicated means it goes to one thing. So your microwave circuit, dedicated line. So you will run this. This is good for 20 amps from your panel directly to your microwave, and then it stops. It's over. Most other kitchen circuits run on this as well, the 20 amp. A lot of times they want fridges on it. Fridges used to be a dedicated line of 14-2, but not anymore. A lot of inspectors want to see this in 12. Counter plugs are another kitchen circuit. It's got to be in 12-2, and you can jump from one counter plug to the next counter plug, and then the circuit is finished. So you see a lot of this in kitchens, and a lot of this in living rooms and bedrooms and so forth. Now, this stuff is all concealed, or I'm sorry, it's made out of rubber. It's somewhat soft. So this is only to be ran in walls. Because you don't want it exposed. Once you deal with exposed wire, it means it comes outside, or it pops out of the drywall and it's exposed and you can see it with your eyes. Then you can turn to this. This is called MC or BX or armored cable. But for the obvious reason that for mechanical protection, I mean, that's hard. Like a dog or a rat could bite through this. So you wouldn't want this running around outside of your yard. They could bite through it and electrocute themselves. This, nobody's biting through this. And again, it's the same way. You have your 3 conductors. These, in all cases, these are insulated, but again, this is a ground, so it's never counted. The ground is never counted like earlier. It's a 2 conductor. This is called 2 conductor 12, just like this, except it has this armored cable, and this is just soft Romex. This is what you'll see outside. Now, and the other thing you'll see outside, actually you won't see this outside, you'll see this indoors, but just not in the walls. And then another way for outside or indoors again, but when it's exposed wiring, it's just this. This is just called EMT pipe, and you'll draw conductors through the pipe. But this, so if you ever see this, you'll never see this in walls, or it's unlikely because it's expensive and it takes time. That, for the most part, I think covers the very basics on how the wire is sized, the number of conductors, and the very general purpose. This is very basic. There's a million more things I could talk about, but for the average homeowner, I just wanted to explain what that is. All right, have a good day. Bye-bye.